Oh, white's much better, right? Because
Oh,
even if you
yeah.
take on
Well,
f3, g takes
so why didn't
f3,
he go for the obstacle at bishop ending, and will he do it now?
he might do it now, but it's really, really tough because white is such an easy play. You double the rooks. Try to double in the seventh rank. You won't get that far. But I think what black wants to do is go bishop c2 here and take on a4.
For
Now
all the
you
many people asking in the chat questions, why is Magnus Carlsen logged on to Chess.com but not playing? It's because he's watching this match, okay? And his match will take place in June. We actually almost have a confirmed date, but I'm going to hold my tongue on that because working with his manager, I don't want to say that until it's official. But Magnus Carlsen is online in the live server every once in a while, making some comments in the chat of the live game. So if you're joining us via Twitch, if you're joining us and you're not involved in the game chat, you can go over there and check it out.
All right, so Grishuk is trying to make use of that a pawn, but a move like rook, now rook c5 might run to knight d4.
I like the way
It's
Aronian's
kinda,
defending this, though, don't you? Once again, resourcefully keeping the bishop pair on the board. As much as I said he should have gone for the obstacle bishops, now I'm taking it back. This is sort of tricky for white.
yeah, it's going to be very difficult to win for white just because those bishops. The bishop covers the a5 square, which is of vital importance, and the rook on a2 is like a little. It's going to be dancing a lot, like bishop b1. For example, bishop b1, rook a3. Or maybe rook e2 is the idea. I'm not really sure exactly how to place these rooks. Bishop f6, I'm not sure about.
Well, that's going to allow a5, but he must have calculated that there's some real risk for white. As soon as white pushes a5, the bishop loses its defense. So
Exactly.
you have to be careful as soon as you push the a pawn. Ooh, knight is pinned. Will it mean anything? Probably not. Bishop establishes itself on the strong square, also disconnecting the rook's defense of the knight. Should that be important?
Well, that rook is defending the knight. So, I mean, Danny, I'm really liking what White's doing because at some point you're going to try f3, followed by e4, gain a little bit of space, have the open d file.
Well, maybe you think I'm being biased then if I say that I feel like Aronian is defending well. Obviously, maybe because I've already seen him defend well so many times, I'm just expecting that he'll hold another one, right?
No, I do think he's defending well, but I think White also has good opportunity to go f3, e4, and play from there.
Well, this will probably be a game where, kind of like watching the last 2 minutes of an NBA game, you're going to be here for the next hour, right? We got the last minute and a half here for both players. It's probably going to last for 5 minutes, and so this is most likely going to be the last game of the 3-minute portion, which means it's on, people. It's bullet time, and it's going to be fun.
Bishop c4 check? Doesn't this just end the game as a draw immediately? Yeah, bishop c4 check.
That would be the right thing to happen after I just predicted this would be the last game.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is if king f2, bishop takes d4 check. And, well, actually, there's some problem with that h4 pawn now. But it's not real. I mean, yeah, wow. So bishop c4. If you take on c4, rook c4, a4 is lost. If you go king f2, I take on d4 first, then take on b5, and I gain the pawn back anyway. So this one is heading towards a sure draw. And, and
it looks like Grishuk might just be giving into that.
I mean, there's nothing else he can do. I mean, in fact, he might be worse now because the bishop is better than the knight. In fact, he is worse. Black should keep playing. I'm completely serious.
The more you look at it, all of a sudden the dark squares start screaming at you, right?
Yep. So I would start by going
square bishop. So
good start here by Aronian. So bishop e3, throwing some back rank checkmates if you're not careful. So start with maybe g5 here. Maybe not g5. Rook a3 is a good start.
Rook a3 is good, but maybe keep some flexibility. Bring the king up first. Bring the king to f6.
Yeah, he's gonna do it next. If you went rook c2, like there's some rook a1. There's still back rank issues.
I like g6 though. Again, you're just keeping flexibility. Like maybe bring the king up. Maybe even play f5 and make it possible that if should white take on f5, you could take with the g pawn, right, which would open the g file. So I think one good thing to remember in these endgames is if you're in the driver's seat, don't overly commit your pawns, everybody. Leave your position as flexible as possible so that your opponent has to worry about every approach.
Yeah, so why not rook a2 here? Why not just take the seventh?
I
that
love
rank?
rook a2, and I also love f5. As long as white can't flip the script and bring the rooks quickly down to the 7th rank, which I don't think white can because you're going to get mated.
Yeah,
If
this is already getting.
Again,
This is. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if this is not only defended by Levon for the draw, Robert, but Levon goes on to win, we're talking about the most resourceful defense we've seen, right? And so, I mean, he's just he was. If you guys forget the position, I'll remind you what it was. Like 20 moves ago, we were looking at this where white was up a clear pawn with control over the 7th rank, and black is hoping for a draw. And now we're looking at this position, the live position after after a trade where Aronian is the only one who can win.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult to win, especially now that a pair of rooks have been traded, but definitely still winning chances. White just can't do anything, which is never fun. You're just kind of moving back and forth. The knight's stuck on e2 because g2 will be hanging. The rook's stuck on the back rank because of checkmates on the back rank. So black has all the time in the world. But even still, like, I'm not seeing the clearest way to make any progress. I mean, the king has no infiltration squares is a big issue. I don't know about rook a3. It's okay. So what's going on here? So white's king has no moves, which is nice. So
Grishik is defending, and he's focused. Let's see how the players look, shall we? Take a quick look. Zoned in.
Yes.
Zoned in. Both players in the zone.
All right, but again, this g-pawn now is the target, so e5 at some point. So bishop d4 first. At some point, black needs to go e5 and try to break with that pawn there. So, yeah, bishop d4 is good. Maybe f4 now is possible. Yeah, f4 is good. It just solidifies
f4 a lot
everything.
for Grishik. I think he needs to take. Oh, he doesn't. I was going to say he needs to take away Aronian's possibility of playing e5.
Well, if I'm on the e5s, there's zillion checks. He's going rook. Oh, the a7 square is covered. So e5, yeah, should be played. I
don't know why Aronian's not playing for e5, e4, and I'm not sure why Grishik didn't prevent it.
So now e5, you got to go e5. So rook c1 here first, and then go e5. Rook d1, interesting. So rook g1. There's no actual threat because bishop e3, king e3. So
we might just get a little tickle here.
Yeah, maybe e5 though. Go e5.
Well, I'm all about maintaining flexibility, as I've already said, right? Some people are all about the base, and now you know what I'm about. But I still feel like e5 should have been played before, and finally it's committed. Grishik takes a moment back to think, as I can see the camera. I want to show everybody else. Right when e5 was played, he did one of those sit back in your chair because he knows the game has changed, and he decides he's going to trade into the rook ending as soon as e5 is committed.
Yeah, now the king's coming into a g3, hopefully. So king f4, rook d4, king g3. Rook b4 first is a smart inclusion.
So the question is, can Grishik hold just by sitting? And I guess we're going to find out, right? Because he's gone for the old, I'm going to buckle down and hope to draw. But that king is getting a little bit farther than it should have.
Yeah, this is looking not very good. In fact, I would have considered going king e3 as well to keep my pawn, but.
Well, it's Grishik's turn to return the favor and defend a position he has no business defending. Unfortunately, I think this is pretty straightforward for black. Just not good.
Yeah, this is bad.
One note should be, though, is that even if you win that f-pawn as black, the second pawn does not improve any of your winning chances. The best chance black has to win is taking advantage of the awkward king as is. Look at that, but Grishik knows it, and now we have a draw. Just like that, he got a theoretical draw. This is classic rook on long side, king on short side. F and H pawn are not good enough to win. And I think Aronian messed up big time when he played king to g4. I think he needed to find a way to keep the rook on the g file and try to use the H pawn, Robert, and not actually go for what you see now. This is a draw.
Yeah, I know. I mean, theoretically, often these positions are drawn, but in a blitz game with 7 seconds left.
No, but he's already got the ideal setup. Like, the only thing that makes this hard is when it's a draw and you're not in the king and rook, king on long side, rook on shorts. Rook on long side, king. This is exactly how you draw this endgame easily. And now the rook goes to the A file, but the king. The way you draw this endgame, everybody, is you pretend like the only pawn you care about is this pawn, the F pawn. You basically forget about the H pawn and make sure you can keep your rook on long side, king on short side. And now he's done that. It's a draw. Amazing.
Yeah, he held it. And he showed a masterful display of this ending as well. He just moved very quickly. Oh,
no, I think he quickly... Wait,
you're tricking me. What do you...
No, he just blundered. He should have played king H3.
No, I think black was winning.
But it was a draw before.
I don't know about that. You sound so confident that was almost convincing me, but yeah, this is losing. And in fact, the earlier position had to be losing as well because I had a position like this against Anashuk with black, and you have to maneuver and run with the F pawn. And you're getting called out by our assistants here, saying that it was a winning the whole time.
Saying it was winning. Okay, first of all, the assistants are using engines and table bases. All right, I don't want to hear it, Robert.
Yeah, but you just were, so wrongly confident that
I was confident because this position, once you get this ideal setup. So what do I not understand here? Because let's teach everybody this situation. Is this not the ideal setup? Wait, I got to make sure the players know they're taking a break. 1 second.
Yeah, let's get them their break. It's a well-deserved break. Wow.
Currently, it's a 1-game lead for Grishuk, right?
Yep, Grishuk is a 1-game lead heading into the bullet, and the 960 will be first, and Levon will have the white pieces. So, man, Danny, I knew you were wrong, and I didn't want to correct you in front of everybody.
Well, but first of all, you correct me in front of everybody all the time. No, you didn't correct me because you thought I might be right. All right, let's be honest.
No, it's not what I thought. I had this exact ending before, and the king was cut.
So what if white is playing? What if white is playing rook A1 here?
I don't know where you are right now.
Sorry, rook A8 here. I'm looking at move 86. So the idea is, okay, I see. So after king, the idea is that after king to G3, you don't have the long check because now F3 and the king is mated, and you can't defend passively. So if you check back, the king goes to the... Oh, you know why? It's because the pawn wasn't on H3, Robert. That's why. This move... Are you following on Chess TV?
I'm following you.
Okay, on move 86, I thought this was the right approach, and I was screaming for rook on long side, king on short side. I'm just defending my case here, all right? And the reason why I would normally be right is if the black pawn is on H3, this position is a draw. The fact that the black pawn is not on H3 makes it a win because after this move, king to G3, white's in Zugzwang. If you check on the long side, which is losing because I can block, and now if you go back and check, normally you don't have king H3 here, Robert, but in this position you do.
Well, don't say Robert as if I'm the one who needs to learn this, Danny.
You do need to learn this because you didn't know either why it wasn't a win.
I've won this position before, and firstly, I just am seeing the best comment we've had today by It's Just Dreams. Rensch once analyzed my game at a tournament in Arizona. He said it was a good game, and I've held onto that my whole life. Was he wrong then too? With a bunch of question marks and exclamation points.
Don't worry about it, buddy. If you left feeling good, then emotionally I did my job.